In a quiet Australian village called Wattle Creek, Lucas and Emily Bennett leave behind the chaos of city life for a simple farm in search of peace and purpose. But the land they grow to love is threatened by powerful forces that challenge not only their dream, but the very soul of the community. This is a story of courage, resilience, and the unbreakable bonds forged when people fight for what truly matters. Lucas and Emily Bennett left the city behind, trading skyscrapers and traffic for a simple wooden house in Wattle Creek, a quiet village nestled deep in the Australian countryside. The air was fresh, filled with the scent of eucalyptus and wildflowers. For them, this was more than a move. It was a leap of faith toward a life rooted in nature and purpose. They dreamed of peace, but the land had its own lessons to teach. Their first days were full of hard work and discovery. The soil was dry and stubborn, not yet ready to give life to the seeds they planted. Emily's gentle hands tended a small garden, while Lucas struggled with irrigation and fencing, used to concrete rather than earth. Every small sprout that broke the ground was a victory, a whisper of hope amidst the struggle. In the evenings, the village seemed to slow down to a different rhythm. The silence was comforting yet strange to their ears, broken only by the calls of distant birds and the rustle of leaves. They met Aunt Maggie, a wise elder whose stories and knowledge of the land became a lifeline. She spoke of patience, respect, and the deep connection between people and earth. This new life was far from easy, but it was real. Each sunrise brought fresh challenges and chances to grow. Lucas and Emily felt themselves changing, shedding the noise and haste of their past for something slower, quieter, yet fiercely alive. But beneath the surface, the winds of change were stirring in Wattle Creek, ready to test their resolve. As weeks turned into months, Lucas and Emily began to settle into the rhythms of rural life. The seasons marked their days, teaching them when to plant, when to harvest, and when to simply wait. Emily's garden blossomed under her care, a patchwork of colors and scents that brought a touch of magic to the homestead. Lucas found satisfaction in repairing fences and building simple tools, slowly mastering skills he never imagined needing. The village of Wattle Creek was more than just a place. It was a community bound by shared history and deep respect for the land. Neighbors stopped by with baskets of fresh eggs or homemade bread, offering friendship and advice. Aunt Maggie's stories connect to the past to the present, revealing that Lucas's ancestors had once lived on this very land, adding layers of meaning to their journey. Despite the growing sense of belonging, the harshness of nature was never far away. Droughts parched the earth, and sudden storms threatened to undo their progress. Yet, with each setback, Lucas and Emily found strength they didn't know they had. They learned that resilience was not just about enduring, but about embracing life's unpredictability with courage and hope. But as their roots dug deeper into the soil, the peace they had found faced an unexpected threat. Rumors began to ripple through the village, news that a powerful mining company had set its sights on Wattle Creek's rich lands. The quiet world Lucas and Emily had come to love was about to change in ways they could never have imagined. The announcement of the mining project sent ripples of fear and uncertainty through Wattle Creek. Some villagers saw it as a promise of jobs and growth, while others, like Lucas and Emily, felt a deep unease. The land they had grown to cherish was at risk of being stripped bare. The very soil that nurtured their dreams could be destroyed by greed and machinery. At a village meeting under the sprawling branches of an ancient gum tree, emotions ran high. Stories were shared and worries voiced. Aunt Maggie reminded everyone of the land's sacred history, its delicate balance, and the consequences of ignoring nature's warnings. It became clear that this was not just a fight for property, but a battle for the soul of Wattle Creek. Lucas stepped forward, using his skills and determination to rally the community. Emily, with her gentle spirit and artistic vision, began to document the village's story through murals and paintings, giving voice to their fight. Together, they became leaders in a movement fueled by hope and the refusal to give up. But this struggle would test their bond and their resilience in ways they hadn't anticipated. As outside forces pressured the village, Lucas and Emily faced challenges that reached far beyond their simple homestead. Their love, their courage, and their commitment to the land were about to be pushed to the limit. Days turned into weeks, and the battle to protect Wattle Creek grew fiercer. The mining company's representatives arrived with contracts and promises, but the villagers stood united, refusing to be swayed by empty words. Meetings were held late into the night, strategies debated under flickering lanterns. Lucas used his analytical mind to organize petitions and legal challenges, while Emily's artwork stirred hearts and minds, spreading their story beyond the village borders. Tensions rose as threats loomed from unexpected corners. Some neighbors, tempted by financial gain, began to waver, creating rifts within the community. Lucas and Emily found themselves mediating, trying to hold their fragile alliance together. They understood that preserving the land meant preserving the very spirit that had brought them all together. Amidst the struggle, Aunt Maggie's wisdom became a guiding light. She spoke of endurance, reminding everyone that true strength comes from roots that run deep and hold firm through every storm. Her stories of ancestors who had defended this land in times long past inspired renewed determination. In those moments of quiet reflection, Lucas and Emily drew closer, their shared purpose weaving their souls tighter. The fight for Wattle Creek was no longer just about survival. It had become a testament to hope, love, and the enduring power of community. After months of tireless effort, a breakthrough came when the courts issued a temporary halt on the mining project. Environmental studies were ordered, giving Wattle Creek a precious reprieve. The victory was bittersweet. The fight was far from over, but the village had proven that their voices mattered. Lucas and Emily celebrated quietly, knowing their perseverance had saved more than just a piece of land, it had protected a way of life. The couple's small farm flourished as the seasons passed. Emily's garden grew vibrant and full of life, while Lucas developed sustainable techniques that honored the earth's natural cycles. Their work was slow and steady, a daily meditation on patience and care. With every sprouting seed and every harvest gathered, they felt a deep sense of accomplishment and connection. Community events became moments of joy and solidarity, where stories were shared around campfires and laughter echoed through the fields. Lucas and Emily's home became a hub of warmth and welcome, a symbol of what could be achieved when hearts and hands worked together. The village's spirit was alive, resilient, and unbreakable. Yet beneath this newfound peace, the threat still lingered. The mining company had not vanished, and the future remained uncertain. But Lucas and Emily knew that whatever came, they would face it as they always had, side by side, rooted in hope and love for the land they called home. Seasons passed, and Wattle Creek blossomed despite the looming uncertainty. Lucas and Emily's simple life was a tapestry woven with love, resilience, and connection to the earth. Their hands bore the marks of honest labor, their hearts held stories of struggle and triumph. Together, they cultivated not just crops, but a legacy of courage for future generations. Emily's paintings capture the village's soul, wildflowers dancing in the breeze, the golden light of dawn over rolling hills, the faces of friends and neighbors bound by shared purpose. Her art spoke of hope in the face of adversity, a reminder that beauty could thrive even in hardship. Lucas, meanwhile, worked tirelessly to improve their farm, dreaming of a future where technology and tradition coexisted in harmony. The threat of mining remained a shadow, but the community's spirit shone brighter. Bonds forged in struggle grew unbreakable, rooted in respect for the land and each other. Wattle Creek had become more than a place. It was a family, a promise, and a dream realized through courage and perseverance. As the sun set behind the hills, Lucas and Emily stood hand in hand, looking out over the land that had become their sanctuary. They knew the journey was far from over, but they also knew they had found something priceless, a home, a purpose, and a love that could weather any storm. Thank you for joining Lucas and Emily's journey in Wattle Creek, a story of hope, love, and resilience. Please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you don't miss more stories that touch the heart and inspire the soul.